I remember the day they laughed the loudest. Not just a chuckle, but a chorus of mocking, like a pack of hyenas circling their prey. I was sitting in the living room, clutching my paintbrushes, my heart pounding as my mother's voice cut through the air, sharp and dismissive. "You're wasting your life on that ridiculous nonsense. You'll never make it. You're just an embarrassment to this family." Her words echoed, a cruel symphony that haunted me for years afterward. That moment etched itself into my mind like a scar. He told me I was chasing a fantasy, a childish obsession. With family, they were rooted in practicality, in stability, in the kind of success that comes from following a well-worn path. Painting, game development, starting some weird business? No, that was for fools, for dreamers who didn't know how to face reality. I was told I'd fail, that I'd end up back home broken and humiliated just like they predicted. But I couldn't shake the feeling that I was born for something more. I was fiercely stubborn, maybe even a little reckless. But deep down, I knew I had to try. So I left that house, that town, that life where I was the punchline. I poured everything into my craft, into my passion. Nights blurred into mornings. I sacrificed comfort, stability, relationships. Every rejection, every setback was a punch in the gut. But I refused to let their words define me. Years passed. I became a game developer, creating worlds that others lost themselves in. My work gained recognition, awards, fans, a reputation that grew beyond the small town I'd fled. I'd built a career that I once thought was impossible, and then I achieved what they said I never could. I made it big. My studio, my games, my name standing tall in the industry. I was no longer the laughingstock. I was the one they'd scoffed at, now the one they couldn't ignore. But what mattered most was not the success itself. It was the moment I decided to return home, to face them, to show them what their doubts had only fueled. I wanted to see their faces when they realized I had become what they ridiculed. I wanted them to understand, once and for all, that their words couldn't define me. The day I walked back into that house, everything felt different. The same old walls, the same old furniture, but I was different. I was confident, unshakable. I carried a sense of purpose that had been forged in years of struggle and perseverance. As they gathered in the living room, eyes wide with disbelief, I knew this was the moment of truth. I sat down, smiling calmly, and pulled out my phone. I showed them my latest game, an immersive, award-winning masterpiece. I watched their faces as the realization dawned. My mother's jaw slackened, her eyes shimmered with a mixture of shock and regret. My father's expression softened, a flicker of pride breaking through his hardened exterior. My siblings looked at me with a mixture of awe and disbelief. "You said I'd fail," I said softly, "but I didn't. I proved that dreams, no matter how ridiculous they seem, are worth fighting for. I did this not just for myself, but to show that the only thing standing between us and our true potential is our own fear and doubt." That moment, standing there in front of them, felt like the culmination of everything I'd endured. All the rejection, the loneliness, the tears, the sleepless nights, they all melted away in that instant. It was not just about the success, it was about the transformation, the victory over their words, over the doubts they had planted in my mind. And then something unexpected happened. My mother, tears streaming down her face, reached out and embraced me. She whispered, "I'm sorry I doubted you. I see now that your passion was real, and you've made us proud more than we could have ever imagined." My father nodded silently, a rare smile flickering across his face. My siblings looked at me with newfound respect. No longer the children who mocked their brother, but witnesses to a journey of relentless resilience. In that moment, I understood a profound truth. The greatest triumph isn't just the accolades or the fame. It's the courage to believe in yourself when everyone else has given up, the strength to pursue your dreams despite the ridicule, and the humility to forgive those who once doubted you. Their mockery, their rejection, had only sharpened my resolve. It was the fuel I needed to push harder, to aim higher. Now, I stand here not just as a successful game developer, but as a testament to the power of perseverance and faith in oneself. I've learned that the universe responds to unwavering belief, sometimes with setbacks, sometimes with ridicule, but always with the reward of truth and authenticity. Your dreams are never too big. They're just waiting for you to claim them. So to anyone listening who's been mocked, dismissed, or told they're wasting their time, remember this: the road to greatness is paved with doubt and rejection. Embrace it. Let it ignite your fire. Because in the end, your triumph is not just about success. It's about becoming the person you were always meant to be, no matter what anyone says. And as I look at my family now, I realize that the greatest victory was not the success I achieved, but the forgiveness I found within myself and the acceptance they finally gave. That, my friends, is true victory. That is the real reward. And I promise you this: no matter how dark it gets, keep walking your path. Because someday, your story will be the one they tell. The story of how you turned their doubts into your triumph, and how you proved beyond any doubt that your dreams are worth fighting for.